Hi, this is Political News in 5, and today is January 22nd, 2023. Now, starting with Chatham House. A lot has been said about the optics of Nigerian politicians using this platform to engage around elections. And rightly so. We should support our local think tanks and our own debate platforms. However, the diaspora remains very important. The World Bank estimates that in 2019, Nigerians sent home $23 billion. That's just a fantastic sum of money. And what we send home is 7 times what Nigeria gets from foreign aid. So if we're going to engage on foreign aid, we should be engaging Nigerians as well. The question is, where are the Africa-led, Africa-centered organizations in the diaspora, in the UK, in Europe, in the US, where these conversations can be taking place? Now, Obi was on the 16th. He was quite good in the end. When he was reading his speech, not so much. It was a bit dry. He had an authenticity that was, inspiring. And you could tell that the energy in the room was really good and it was packed to the hilt and there were lots more people outside. The neighbors must have been quite entertained. With Yakubu, the INEC chairman, technical, very confident, quite impressive presentation. For one who doesn't know Nigeria, you would think that the next elections are going to be near perfect. Let's see what happens. Fun facts for geeks: we printed out 9 million pages of the voter register during the voter register validation exercise. That's just amazing to think of in terms of the cost to trees and to bank accounts. And on underage voting, Yakubu pointed out that only less than 1%, 0.06% of registered voters in the register were children, and they have been removed, and they were found in 15 states. And then there was Kwankwaso. He was himself a bit prickly and still spent too much time talking about Labour and Obi. He said that they were like Andrew's liver salt, which would just go up and then come down. I found that hilarious. Still think he's a secret member of the Ashwebi 5. Let's see how that goes. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is state of campaigns. We're only 34 days away from the presidential and National Assembly elections and 48 days away from the gubernatorial and State House of Assembly elections. Remember that gubernatorial elections will not be holding in 8 states because they're off cycle. This includes Ondo, Ekiti, Osun, Imo, Bayelsa, Kogi. So those places are not having gubernatorial elections. Now, the campaigns seem to be quite innovative, at least as far as Labour, the underdog, are concerned. In addition to the big rallies, they are also having telethons, constantly having Twitter spaces, having Q&As between Obi and celebrities. All quite good innovation to bring voters closer to the campaign. Now, another thing that's a feature of this campaign are the defections. Last week, Najat Mohammed, a politician from Kano, and for me, the real Megaskia, she's quite outspoken, resigned as a director of the APC Presidential Campaign Council, saying her conscience would not let her continue. In Bauchi State, NMPP members, that's Kwankwaso's party, defected to PDP. And in Yobe, you found members of NMPP and PDP moving to APC. So you can see the musical chairs that's happening between these parties. Nothing about ideology or value is driving these people. It's merely the democracy of the stomach. That's what they care about. Let's hope they get punished at the polls. Now, speaking of polls, do you know who's running in your state? This episode, I'm looking at Borno, where APC is fielding Zulum, who's the incumbent, who obviously wants a second term. He is a professor of agriculture engineering, and he's been in government in one capacity or the other since 1989, coming in and out academia as well. He served as commissioner to Shetima, who's the APC vice presidential candidate. Then we have Labour Gonim Abdullahi, who's only 37, very impressive, a young man, for wanting to run at this age. I wasn't thinking about that when I was 37. But there's nothing to tell about him online. It's obviously that he's young, but he's not into tech. It could be that he knows that his constituency cannot be found online. Then we have PDP's Mohammed Ali Jajari, who's considered to be the strongest opposition to Zulum's return. 42 years old, a businessman, has a Facebook page, but the Facebook page is dedicated to his campaign activities and nothing much about who he is, his past, what he's done, and why he's eligible to govern 5.8 million people in Borno. NNPP has no candidate, found that surprising. In fact, of the 18 registered parties, only 12 have candidates for the Borno gubernatorial elections. Borno politics is quite special. They typically tend to be opposition. From 1999 to 2015, it was ruled by ANPP, a minority party, so to speak. So let's see what happens next month or next 2 months. That's it on Political News in 5. One more week to collect your PVCs. Make sure you get it if you haven't, or encourage others to do so. Stay well. Bye.